Hello and welcome to another Summit Conversations video. Today I want to share a story of how sometimes the best business advice comes from giving the exact advice we need to someone else, right? It's like the website designer with the ugly website where it's like, I just don't have time to worry about my own. I kind of had one of those moments where last week I gave advice to a client, quickly had that aha moment, took my own advice, and landed over $4,000 in confirmed sponsors in less than 24 hours. Like, if it was not for opening my mind to this new way of thinking to help my client, I would have missed the opportunity. So I thought it would be a fun story to share that. Gives you some insights to sponsorships, is, just kind of a fun behind the scenes of stuff I deal with in my business. And I think it applies to other areas of business as well. So what happened, if you follow along with these videos, you know by now that I'm planning my next Membership Momentum Summit for August. And I had already decided pretty definitively that I was not doing sponsors this time around. We've had 3 different companies reach out to us wanting to sponsor, and I've told them all, like, sorry, I don't think it's going to happen this time. And you might think that's silly of me, but for my February summit, I went all in with sponsors. I loved the companies I featured. The extra revenue was great, but the work involved was a lot. And I'm always warning my clients about this too, right? Like, sponsorships can be amazing, but they do require additional bandwidth. And I just feel like I don't have that over the summer. Looking at my capacity and what other projects we have going on. And I was like, I'm going to be smart and responsible for once and not overcommit myself. And I tried. I thought I was doing all the things you're supposed to do. But then fast forward to last week, I'm on this coaching call with my Launch with the Summit Accelerator clients. And one of them brings up this exact dilemma. She said she wanted to add sponsors because she hosts a really great, successful event. She's sure she could bring in extra revenue. And I agree. Basically, it would be a good move for her. But like me, she didn't feel like she had the extra bandwidth to deal with it all. And it was funny because she was echoing my exact hesitations, and yet I handled it very differently for her than I have been for myself. Like, I've been telling myself, like, yeah, that's fine, play small, whatever, be safe. But of course, that's the opposite of what I'm going to tell my clients to do. It's just not the same energy I bring with them. So I started coaching her through it. First, I was like, of course, if you really do not have the capacity, please skip it. There's always next time. There's nothing wrong with that. But second, how can we look at this differently? How can you make this super simple? What would be the lowest lift sponsorship package you could offer for $1,000, $2,000, $5,000? I encouraged her basically to strip away all the busy work that comes when you shove a whole bunch of stuff into these sponsorship packages and just focus on the 1 or 2 things that really drive results for sponsors. And she left that call feeling encouraged and ready to think about it differently. But then what I didn't expect was how I completely changed my own mind while I was coaching her. So I got off that call with this new energy around sponsorships. And within an hour, I had created simplified packages. I gave them easy yes prices so I wouldn't have to get on calls or anything. I emailed those packages out to the 3 companies that had expressed interest, as well as a company I loved featuring in my last summit. 2 of them submitted their applications to sponsor the same day. The next afternoon, I emailed my speakers and I got another application right away. So in the span of about 24 hours, I went from, nope, not doing sponsors, to having over 4,200 in sponsorships lined up with more interested people in my inbox for those remaining slots. And this whole experience really got me thinking about how sometimes we get so caught up in the way we've done things before or what we think is the right way to do something that we don't see these simple solutions. It took me coaching someone else through this exact same problem I was having to realize I was overcomplicating it for me. It felt so obvious when I was going, teaching a client, but not for myself. And I think this happens to us in business a lot. Like, we create these elaborate systems or convince ourselves something has to be difficult when really there might be a simpler path forward. So whether you're dealing with the same sponsorship concerns, feeling like summits are too complicated, or you've got something else in business that is just kind of keeping you stuck, I want to encourage you to take a few minutes and ask yourself, how could I make this easier for myself? When it comes to sponsorships specifically, you don't have to create these massive packages where you're throwing in everything but the kitchen sink. Most companies get their ROI through 1 or 2 specific things. Some might really want to be featured to your email list a couple times. Others want live interaction with your attendees. Some just want their logo in front of your audience. So key in on those specific things that they want and create simple, high value packages around them. It's less work for you. It's the same ROI for them, and you can still charge a premium. So that is my challenge for you today. Take a look at something in your business that feels overwhelming or complicated and ask yourself, what would the simplest version of this look like? So let me know what comes up for you in the comments, and I will see you in the next Summit Conversations video.